Hey, friends, it's Peggy Hall back with you from thehealthyamerican.org. I want you to think about some of the struggles that you've been enduring over these last few years. So many of us, I would say all of us, that have been awake and aware and alert to what's going on, we have suffered, I would say, a loss of innocence. We have felt betrayed in many ways, not only by the government, by the medical professionals, by the media, by the friends and family, our employers, those that we trusted, that we thought understood us. This is a type of loss. It's a very devastating loss. And in some ways, many of us have been in denial. We don't want to face the facts of the horrors of being duped and bamboozled and betrayed. Really, it's a lot to handle. And there are people who have a level of emotional maturity and I would just say mental toughness that they can face what's going on and kind of push through life. But most of us have tender hearts and we experience empathy and compassion. And even if we ourselves have not been harmed by some of these how do I put it, medical requirements and interventions that were foisted upon us, just seeing what's going on in our world is so heartbreaking. So many of you have told me about your own loved ones that have perished, that have had horrors in the hospital. I get information basically daily about people that are passing away at a young age. We're seeing celebrities, those in the media who have youngsters that are having heart attacks and aneurysms. And it's just stunning. So we're being bombarded by all of this. And that I'm not even mentioning what's going on politically in our country and around the world. And it's time to take a break from some of those headlines because it is absolutely overwhelming. And that can be so psychologically wearying. I mean, it wears us down. And I believe that is a part of what the evildoers want, is they want us to be so overwhelmed and living in dread and fear and anxiety. And I see it with emails that come to me, and I see it with comments on this channel and others where people are dreading. They feel that life has no meaning. And friends, that's exactly what the evildoers want. They want you to give up, give in, and give over not only your freedom, but your joy, your soul, your passion, your reason for living. And that is what really fires me up to put a stop to it and say, no, there is a way out. And I want to show you what it is. And this is a program that my husband, Pastor David, and I have taught actually over many years. And it's called Life After Loss. Whether you actually had the loss of a loved one, like so many of us have, or maybe you're dealing yourself with a physical malady, or you have had a financial devastation because you lost your job, had to move and you didn't want to. Maybe you found yourself having to sell things, or you lost a beloved animal, or as I say, you're facing a physical challenge. Maybe you got some type of diagnosis and you're struggling with dealing with that. Maybe your support system has fallen away because people that you thought were your friends or even your family have abandoned you because of your views. This is absolutely so distressing and so agonizing. And I don't want you to go through it alone. I've read comments from the Healthy Americans here on this channel who have said, sadly, that they're giving up hope, that they're just waiting for God to call them home. And I do understand the depths of despair. Of course, I don't know exactly what you're going through. No one knows exactly what you are. And I don't believe in ranking and comparing losses, but I do believe in validating our feelings. All emotions are valid. It's troubling to me when people, even well-meaning loved ones, want us to hop, skip, and jump over our sorrows so that we'll feel better fast when we didn't even have a chance to fully grieve. Some people don't even know what it is to grieve. They feel that they should just be over it, put it behind them, put on a happy face and move on. But then they find themselves dealing with physical issues, emotional issues, anxiety, dread, because of these unresolved emotional wounds. I want to help you with that. I'm no stranger to loss myself. Sadly, I suffered an early loss, and that really colored my world going forward. But in a way, it was a strange type of gift in that I was able to learn and grow and develop the ability to handle these losses. And I had multiple losses over my life. And I know that I still will, because loss is a part of life. If you have loved anything, loss is a part of that. And I want to help you get through that and endure it, maybe not even endure it, but even thrive going forward. Because the greatest gift that you can give to your loved ones that have passed on, or to your beloved pets that you are grieving, or to the powers that shouldn't be that are trying to, squelch your joy of life, the best way is to actually find that joy. I know it's not easy. I've been through it myself. I've helped so many individuals, thousands over the years. As an encouragement coach, as a teacher, I have dedicated my life to inspiring and empowering people to find another way, to find a way out. And I'm not talking about leaving your memories or your hurts or anything behind. I'm talking about integrating that into your life so that you can actually honor and bless what you've been through and allow that to kind of be the fertilizer for your soil so that you can then grow and flourish going forward. I know that's a tall order. And the reason why many people haven't succeeded is because they've tried to do it alone. They've either tried to do it alone, saying, I can get through it, I've done it before, or they try to put on a happy face and hop, skip, and jump through it quickly, or they feel so bad, they don't even want to feel better. And they just say, I'm going to tolerate this until my day comes. And I think there's a better way. I know there's a better way. And the number one, in my view, the number one aspect of finding another way of creating this life after loss is to have support. And with so many of us, our support system has fallen by the wayside. People that we thought we could trust, people that we thought knew us and loved us. Well, and I think they still do, but they're unable to express that because of their own fears, their own anxiety, their own choices that they've made. We are creating an encouragement community that is private. It is uncensored. No one is going to hear what goes on in these private calls. Actually, it's on Zoom, so you'll be able to go face-to-face if you desire. If you want to be anonymous, that's all right as well. All of these are recorded for you if you can't make it live, and you can watch it again and again. We're going to help you deal with these devastating emotions, the overwhelming emotions. We're going to validate those for you. We're going to talk about how grief is individual. I actually don't go along with the segregated stages of grief. They do exist, and I believe that it's helpful to understand them, but it's more like a roller coaster. And sometimes they're all mixed up, and sometimes we think we're through one and then we're feeling it again. So that is natural and normal. I want to talk about how taking care of you, literally yourself, your physical self, your mental, emotional, spiritual, social, creative, all of these aspects that make up who you are, it's essential that you take time to care for yourself and to find a balance. We'll talk all about that. We'll talk about integrating these losses so that you can actually use them to improve your life and possibly, ideally, inspire and encourage others that might also be struggling. So this is just a glimpse of what we're going through in the program. In fact, let me do this. You can hop on over to thehealthyamerican.org and you click on Life After Loss. And that is going to give you all of the details of this 4-week private live online grief support program. You can find out about enrollments, about scholarships. Everyone is welcomed. You don't need to be a person of faith, although we do come from sort of a Christ-centered approach, but it's all about healing and sharing and supporting. So I've got a letter here for you as well. You can find out all about the enrollment details, and then information about myself and about my husband, Pastor David. And as I say, another letter for you from me. Friends, if you are feeling overwhelmed right now and you need help, there are online and phone call programs for crisis lifelines. So please do not suffer alone. You can speak to a trained, caring person who will right now immediately help you with what you're going through. I want to help you more on a long-term basis. We will be repeating this course probably at least maybe 3 times a year, if not more. And we also will be doing a course on healing broken relationships. That is another type of loss. And it deserves its own category because those individuals are still alive and there can be help for healing. It may not be on your time, but I have some incredible stories to share with you where there is redemption and there is healing. It may not be exactly the type of relationship you hoped for, but you no longer have to feel the burden of regret and remorse and the heaviness that comes when those relationships, those very precious relationships, are broken. So this is our specialty. I feel that at this stage of our journey, with all of the hogwash that has been sloshed all over us, it's really time to move ahead. It's time to take control of your emotions, to have a helpful, supportive, caring person, me and my husband and others, alongside you so that you don't have to suffer alone. That's my hope and prayer for you, that you are going to get through this stronger and better than ever. And as I leave you here, I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. Think about some of the prior setbacks, trials, traumas that you've gone through. And think about the fact that you are still standing. Think about the fact that you actually have endured those. It may not be the life that you want. Obviously, it's not the life that you had, but you still can create a life going forward. And that's exactly what Pastor David and I want to do as we support you in our Life After Loss program. Let me know in a comment what it is you're struggling with. If you feel that you don't want to be in a group, that you need our own personal private help, you can email my assistant, Olivia, support@thehealthyamerican.org. We have very, very limited one-on-one phone call availability, and we can let you know about that. But ideally, participating in this online program is going to be a very important step in your journey, because when you hear about what others are going through, you can hear how they have developed the desire and the will to move ahead. It's not leaving things behind, but it's just like moving ahead in life. And that is very, very powerful. All right, I'll leave you here, friends. Again, I'll have a link for you about the program. It's recorded if you can't make it live, but I do hope to see you. This is what God is calling me to do. And I feel that the Holy Spirit is my executive producer. And we're going to have a very powerful, helpful, encouraging program. And I can't wait to see you there. Take care, everybody, and God bless.